Hello guys, I'm a lucky person and I have a slingshot in my hands that is called Panta Rhei and it's coming from Flex from Germany, and I'll tell you a lot of interesting details about this beautiful, absolutely handmade aluminum core slingshot design. Alright, so are you ready? We can start now. This beautiful frame is built on a 6mm aluminum core, and beside the core there are some spacers like black and a red little paper micarta spacers. Above the top, this material is also a paper micarta, but this one is industrial grade paper micarta and it's called Trespa. And have to say, this whole micarta and aluminum core gives a good mass and sense of mass to the slingshot. So this one is a particularly well balanced and designed slingshot. So the center is about here. So if you shoot it and place your fingers properly, I'm also switching hands. It gives a great feel of mass and it stabilizes your shot. This tip is absolutely integrated, so it really matches up the whole shape. And rounds are coming through the tip, so everything maintained as a normal flow, so there's nothing changing too much in the shape. These tips are very tight and holds turbine gold securely. Absolutely. I had some concerns at the beginning, but this one's actually working pretty nice when shot. These metric 4 screws are quite tiny, but do the job. Absolutely. So there's no problem when you hold it. I'm using the field key. This little key has a socket inside the frame, and there's a magnet inside. So if you just release, it snaps in. So it's very handy. And also it has its own special aluminum housing, and the magnets can seat it inside the socket. Alright, this little key is a nice touch and working absolutely fine. However, Flex sends me a dedicated Allen key for this. Alright, so I just want to disassemble the slingshot and want to show it to you. It's pretty fast, but my hand's a little bit wet right now. I'm so excited to present this. Alright, so this is what you can see if you remove the tip. So everything is very well done. This cut actually is pretty square, so very well done for a handmade job. This one's entirely handmade, guys. We also have some nice mosaic pins here. Yeah, it's visible now. And there are the two placed inside the frame as a lanyard hole. So, and the lanyard is also a little bit interesting because it uses diamond knot, and it's absolutely a great thing. There's a slip knot, and you just drag it and pull. So this way it can secure your hand really nicely. Okay, so how to hold it. Actually, this one is designed for a left-hand hold, but I'm ambidextrous. I'm mostly shooting with my right hand. I like to shoot with my left, but somehow I'm better with my right. So I was curious. I was asking Flex, if you make a frame something for me, you don't have to care about my preferences, because I'm really curious what you design. I want to learn and understand what you make. And Flex just made an awesome job because it is actually working this way for a left-hand hold in a pinch grip, and works great for a right-hand hold and with a thumb support. And this is the way I prefer. As you see, there's no support for my middle finger, but I don't really care because it has a good feeling of the 3-point connection, so top, bottom, and the back. And because this shape is carefully designed, you can use it in this direction also, so there's no problem. I like the oval shape. I really do like the oval shape and work perfectly. And also, this is a cool idea. If you switch it and going back, it helps your hand to fit like this, so it even makes more stability. Okay, so the weight is very cool. It is a compact slingshot, so compared to my hand, here's my hand, I have an average size hand, so it works just carefully. It's not a so big slingshot. The tips are 2 centimeter wide in this case, and it's probably it is a 90% of the night train shape, the original night train shape that I really like. Okay, so if I'm showing this a couple close-ups, you will understand why this slingshot can be rotated and used in many directions. Because if you see, the top point and the bottom point are offset, so there's a slight line. I like to use it on my designs also, which is a great addition and works great if you want to switch a frame, if you want to two ways to use it. Alright, so this helps. My left hand, and usually if you're working with your right hand or left hand, a little bit different in size. So when I'm using it in a pinch grip with my left hand, it's working great. And when I'm using it with my right in a thumb support or in a pinch grip, it's also great. And I like the offset. What helps me when I'm holding it in a different opposite position is this area. As it goes up, it really helps to support my finger. And not just this. I don't know, is it possible to show it on a camera, but probably. I'll try to do my best. So there is a difference in the shaping. So as you can see, it's not a simple round, it's a variable radius. And this variable radius drives the whole shape. So it is not really a board cut. If I can show it here, you will see this area is thicker and this one is narrower. And there are changing forms at the bottom. So everything is much more like a sculpture and not just a simple board cut. So if you see the side view, you will never understand what makes this slingshot that great. You will see as something eye-catching design, really nice shape. But if you want to really understand how this slingshot works and why it's working so good, you have to understand how these forms are built up. For shooting experiences, I've started with left-hand shooting, and I had average results because I'm better with right hand. But when I switched to my right, I had really good gripping. Even for the first time, I had a grip size like this. The original bands that Flex used are designed to shoot 8mm, but at my drawing, it was too strong for the 8mm. So I had to switch to 10mm bolt sizes, and that actually reduced my scatter. So it was a great thing. What I really do like square type tips, because when I'm not shooting instinctively, I really like to have some aiming points. And this is quite exact, so you can really put it out and use these points and corners to aim. So this Trespa material, it has a special feeling. It is really dense, and it's if it's coated like this, because Flex used linseed oil and wax over that, it slightly changes the color, and it absolutely feels like wood. So when it's not oiled up, or when it's not in use, it would change the color to a little bit of a grayish color. But when it's oiled, it's much more closer to the brown. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. This was Panta Rhei from Flex, Germany. Vielen Dank, and see you next time. Goodbye.